All right, everyone. First off, as you see, there is our great American flag with the bald eagle. Love that overlay. We had a couple people waiting, so we're just going to jump right in. So, how's it going, everyone? I am ND Sean 45, and joining me is a very special guest and a good friend of mine. He's been on once before. Please welcome the one, the only, the head of Brexit, patriot, brother in Christ, you name it. So many adjectives to describe this man. Welcome, Deron Slater. Deron, how have you been, man?
Good, bro. But also too, let me update them. I'm no longer the state director of Brexit.
Oh, I thought you went back to that. My bad.
I did. No, I did. But yeah, I no longer work with Candace Owens and Brandon Tatum.
Okay. So, dude, since we last talked, you have once again been put in Facebook jail and TikTok jail. What'd you do this time?
You know, Sean, I'm a man of facts. And, not speculation or anything like that. And I have to tell you, Sean, I'm not saying this to be, abrasive or anything like this. But we have to tell the truth, man. A lot of people are just buying into these false narratives. I'm not a person that goes along with these, these false narratives or whatever society says, aka the government. I like to do my own research, and I'm not guilty of confirmation bias. I like to do, I like to look at all sources, right, and draw a solid conclusion. But Sean, we have been talking about COVID ever since the beginning, and we have been right since the beginning about COVID and basically how it is manufactured to slowly to destroy the United States. First, Sean, what did we say? It was going to destroy the United States economy. Second, Sean, when you were on my live a couple of times, we said that people were going to start dying from these vaccines and et cetera. Everything that we have been saying from the beginning has come to fruition, especially gain of function research that Fauci overheaded, and he knew about COVID, and he knew it was going to be released. And the thing is, all that can be basically substantiated by Project Veritas that comes out with the information and on behalf of DARPA. And I'm not going to say his name here because he's a Marine, highly decorated Marine general. He even basically said this. You know what? You need to be open and honest to the masses if you have integrity. Just paraphrasing.
Yeah. But unfortunately, you can be as honest as you want, but will the masses actually believe it? Who knows? I mean, the crazy world we live in.
Yeah, no, exactly. So it's completely nuts, bro. It's completely nuts that these people, they keep getting jabbed, they keep getting jabbed, they keep getting jabbed, they keep getting sick, they keep getting sick, they keep getting sick. But here's the thing: I've never had COVID. I've been all over the United States. I've been to about eight or nine Trump rallies where there's been around 35 plus on average, 35 plus thousand on average that has attended these Trump rallies. And do you remember when I got on a train when COVID first started? I got on a train so I can go through almost every city and state. I wanted to find out if this COVID thing was real, and turned out it wasn't real. Because as soon as I got into San Antonio, nope, there were no hospitals, they were overpacked and all this kind of crap. Sean, we've been exposing false narratives for a long time. We're going to keep exposing the false narratives. Our government is against us.
Yeah, and I'll say this: I tested positive for COVID one time, and I'm not saying that you can't get sick from it, but I did not get sick. I was basically I just spent a week relaxing, and I was fine. So here's the thing: I'm not saying that there's been nobody that has passed away from this.
Correct.
Not at all. But think of the people who have passed away from it. And I'm not trying to, attack anybody here, but they're all very older people who are on their way out anyway.
Yeah, majority. Correct, Sean. A majority of the people who basically passed away from COVID, I mean, they had other elements, man. And so,
yes.
And it wasn't COVID the reason why they died, majority of the time. Also, too, to substantiate our claims as well, Sean, Project Veritas just released another very damning piece, another smoking gun, proving that the COVID death number or death total has been completely overly exaggerated I mean, talking about inflated beyond belief, and they have submitted their findings to the FBI so that the FBI will investigate it. But here's the problem. The FBI, we expect the FBI to investigate it when they couldn't even investigate an election.
Yeah. So it just goes to show that there is an agenda in place. There is a lot of corruption going on. So I don't know, man. I got to be very careful what I say because I have so many thoughts going through my mind, but I don't want to, be preaching, false things when I don't know to be fact. But let's just say this.
Right. That's what we stick to.
There is a big time conflict of interest.
Mm-hmm.
And well, for starters, I'll just add this to it. All these people, mostly in Hollywood and the world of professional sports, and of course politicians, they're preaching this: vaccinations, masks. Well, I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl last night, Deron, but how many celebrities were seen without wearing masks?
Oh, and you know what? Let me add to that though. But did you see the subliminal messaging though? With Eminem's performance. I didn't watch it at all. I just watched the important clips of it. Eminem's performance, they had all the people basically had a light in their right hand, and they're all subservient, right? They're all just completely just gullible sheep. And then another part of the performance, they have people that come out dressed as inmates, the unvaccinated.
I noticed that for sure. I did not notice the things on the wrists, but I noticed the inmates. Yes.
Yeah. Did you notice they all had the lights on their wrists, all on the right hand? Crazy.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking at the wrists. I was just hoping to get through the performance and because I didn't have control of the remote, unfortunately. But I was just waiting for the game to get back on because I knew there was going to be some kind of message during that halftime show.
So do you? So do you think we're going to get any malcontents that's actually going to come on your channel tonight? Who's going to try to call me out my name like they did?
I don't know. I mean, so far the only gentleman that's posted is John here. And John says, by the way, gentlemen, you guys are awesome. Oh, and before I forget, just to let everybody who's watching know, all 2 of you that are here so far, this is actually well, that's what it says on the counter here on the number of viewers, a little eyeball thing. But there could be more people that are watching it, just aren't showing up. But just to let you guys know, we are doing a cross show here. This is live on my channel, but it's also being shown on Deron's TikTok channel.
Right. Under a name that I can't fully disclose because it's a swear word attached to it.
Well, and also it's probably a good idea because you've been put in jail by TikTok like what, 2 times now?
No, actually I've been banned by TikTok 3 times. But now I have 3 new accounts too.
Make them work for it. Make them work.
They can't stop me, Chuck.
No. Oh, but
snozberry tastes like snozberry. But yeah, they can't stop me. They can't stop me.
No. Nope. I mean, if they haven't shut me down yet. Now, granted, I don't have that big of an audience. I'm not really that big of a name, but if they haven't shut me down yet, then there's no way they're going to completely shut you down.
Also, too, I have black privilege.
You said it, not me.
That's why I haven't contracted COVID. You know, I talked to COVID and I told it that it's racist if I got sick from it. And so it stayed away from me. And it actually apologized for its white privilege. So go ahead. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, I was just gonna finish saying, you were talking about somebody coming on like they did the last time you were on. Just letting anybody know that if you have a problem with what Deron has to say, I mean, myself, I'll address it either way. But I know the last time, Deron, when you were on, we had basically some guy claiming that he was a black man. He didn't show his face, but he was, calling you an Uncle Tom and all that for for stuff that you believe. So basically he just has a problem. That person had a problem with you being a man who is just well educated and well versed.
Right. He had a problem with me being a brother.
Yeah. So apparently to him, being a brother means you have to, do what they say, like, gotta F the police and
That's
be
right.
shooting everybody up and all that, playing the
Master gonna
stereotypes,
get you.
man.
Yup, Master gonna get you. You better listen to Master. You better not disappoint Master. See, this is why people get so mad at me. But also, too, Sean, the last time I was on your live, remember I had that person posted my record about when I had to knock that dude out in Wisconsin.
Yeah. Did you want to? Yeah, if you want to explain that, go ahead.
Well, no, I'll tell him. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, you guys. I'm an open book, right? And Sean, you know that, and all the rest of my supporters that might be able to see this. Actually, who don't know, majority of my supporters already know. But it's just the thing is, you guys, last year I was in Hudson, Wisconsin. I was getting down, I was doing my Rick James thing. I was out there kicking it hard, right? I had some leftist cultural Marxist called himself trying to basically instigate a battle with me. And he tried to poke me in my chest. And I warned a young man, and I said it in my extreme proper voice. I said, "Excuse me, sir. Keep your hands to yourself." And he tried to poke me in my chest. And when he tried to poke me in my chest, I pushed him. But yet, when he tried to pull out his firearm, I could not allow him to pull out his firearm. So I had to knock him out. Now, here's the thing that makes it bad, okay? Is that while this is basically in action, I get grabbed by a cop. I didn't know it was a cop. So I threatened the cop. And I was facing a Class F felony, which, thank you to the judge, he gave me favor because he understood the predicament that I was in. And so no felony, and all you leftists that thought that I was cooked, that I was gonna go away for 6 years and all that kind of stuff, you still can't get rid of me. You can follow me. And Sean, you remember how they used to follow me around with the freaking reporters and all this kind of crap, and how they want to keep publishing fake articles about me. You're still not stopping me. I'm gonna remain a patriot. I'm gonna keep motivating my patriots. The base is gonna keep growing. We're gonna become even more patriotic. They haven't seen any damn thing yet. If you think I'm activated, you haven't seen me yet. That's right.
There's the viciousness inside you that's waiting to be unleashed.
And since they call me a white supremacist too, I'm gonna say it. White power. Yeah, let's go.
Oh, that's hilarious. Well, that's actually a good thing I wanted to jump off of. So I'm actually kind of glad you said that. So obviously, the biggest thing going on right now is the truckers' convoy for freedom up in Canada, going through Ottawa and all that. I got to tell you what's interesting about that is all the stuff. And what would you expect from, the big name media companies like CNN and all that they actually showed a clip. And I first saw this on the Daily Wire on the Matt Walsh show. But they showed a clip of, I forget what
was it NBC when they're trying to stage a
maybe
fake set?
It was one of them, I think, but they were talking about how this rally is just nothing but white supremacists. And
well, that was true though. Yeah,
but they go to a clip and they show a guy talking about freedom and speaking against the government, and it's a black man from Jamaica. So yeah, Mr. Black Man from Jamaica, you take your white supremacy and you go back down to Jamaica.
Right, exactly. And you know what? I got a gas man that's on the TikTok that would like to speak about that. We call him the traveling trucker.
Bring him on.
That would be me.
So traveling trucker, give us some perspective, man, about this convoy.
Okay. First off, when the Canadian convoy first got there, they were extremely peaceful. They were shoveling snow off sidewalks. They were having all kinds of fun. They still are having all kinds of fun. Trudeau has lost a tremendous amount of support and popularity due to his handling of the whole thing. As far as the USA convoy that we have kicking off, I just typed you the official site. It is convoy 4 freedom2022.com. There we're getting Canadian updates, as well as updates for in the forums for tenant routes that we will be taking, and then probably about 2 to 3 days before we actually get together, they will be publishing the entire route that we will be taking, and when various people can be meeting up and getting together, and it should come to a head somewhere around Indiana, maybe a little bit further on, where everybody will be going and just kind of getting into the whole huge convoy and heading to DC. And we're planning on doing the exact same thing. We have various contact measures in place. We're looking at doing a dead drop email where you just post a draft of what's going on and where, so we can stay in constant communication. We're looking at organizing businesses that are a little bit more freedom oriented to open up their Wi-Fi connections to us, so that way we can have a constant means of communication, even if they shut down the cell towers like they did in Canada. We're doing we've got a whole lot of things going on right now. We have, like I said, we have the official site, so the forums are up and the donations are up and we have our own funding mechanism. We're not going through GoFundMe or GiveSendGo or anything else that can be corrupted. We have our actual own funding mechanism now.
So there's no way the government could shut you guys down for that.
Through funding, no. I mean, the only way they could actually hit us hard is, well, I'm not going to say exactly when they could do it, but they'd have to. There are things they can do to the website to take it down before we get started, like an IP banner, for instance. But so far, it's not looking like that's going to happen. We're actually talking about getting we're talking about picking up extra handheld radios. Most of us have CBs, and that way we can pass those along to other people that are supporting us, that can keep an eye out for what's going on, that the police won't suspect, or, we're just everyday citizens, not truck drivers, type of deal. And they can keep an eyeball out for us and pass the word before things get hairy.
Well, that's good that you guys are taking that precaution, because I know up in Canada, the Canadian government I don't want to say Trudeau's Goonies, because there are some police officers involved who really, unfortunately, don't have a say. They have to do what they have to do because it's their job. But I know they were having police officers take gallons of fuel off of trucker semis. They of course they shut down the donation raising that they were doing up in Canada for the truckers, and it even got to the point where they were taking away firewood.
Yeah, I saw all that. Everything that you just said, I saw it all.
But then again, I do think
the whole we've gotten around the whole what was that first bit you said? Not the we've gotten around the whole fuel issue. We took a page out of their book. We'll be bringing fuel trucks.
Oh, good.
Try to confiscate them.
And of course,
and of course, and I'm sure we'll have diesel cans on hand. We've gotten around the whole control of the towers, and we're working on getting around the whole control of the cell towers issue. So that way we can always get media out there, because we know there's going to be false flags and media blackouts and that kind of thing, where they have CBS go in there and try and fake a story that didn't really happen and things like that.
Well, and I'm just curious to know something as well from both you guys. Obviously outlets like CNN, MSNBC, and so on, they want to make it out to be like there's violence going on up there, that these truckers and they're the ones supporting them are damaging property and lighting things on fire. Now, Mike, you'd probably know better than I would, but have you seen, obviously you can't be everywhere at once, but have you seen any shred of that going on whatsoever?
Wait, is Mike in the comments, Sean?
In Canada?
Yeah, in Canada.
Wait, are you talking to us, Sean, or are you talking?
Yeah, I'm talking to you guys. No.
He's Trav. That's Trucker. You said Mike. That's why I thought you were talking to one of your guys.
Oh no! I thought Trucker's name was Mike.
Oh no!
Another guy named Mike.
Mike left. I'm sorry, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
Mike.
The gentleman who's talking now.
That's Trucker. Yeah.
You can just call me Dave.
Okay, Dave. Trucker Dave. Yeah. Anyway, have you seen or heard of anything like that going on up there? Any violence or stuff like that?
I'm on a lot of the Canadian truckers' lives. So while I haven't seen it personally because I'm not up there, I keep tabs. And like I said, they planted a lot of false flag operations. And I know for a fact they've moved some mysterious cases, the police have, into some buildings. So it looks like things might turn the way of France, where they start shooting off tear gas canisters in the middle of the crowd.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Also know that there's, at the very least, that there's snipers on the tops of the buildings. We've witnessed those firsthand throughout the last 4 days.
And look. Here's the thing that's the most disgusting thing to me. You can have BLM go around.
This is the point I was getting to.
Yeah, cause billions of dollars in damage, kill people, no snipers, no police force, none of that stuff called for. But you got peaceful protests, truly peaceful protests. You guys, if this is not a wake-up call to those people who are still sleeping, to those sheep, to the people who are too afraid to take the red pill, I don't know what would be. You think COVID would have woke them up, but no, COVID didn't wake them up either.
Yeah, there's nothing like that in Ottawa. There's no fires. There's nobody trying to bust out windows. There's none of that going on.
Well, that's my point. That's really the point that I was getting at of why I asked you that question about potential violence going on up there, because it's just funny because down here, like Deron just said, BLM rioters, they're not protesters, they're rioters and thugs. They're going around to every major city, burning down buildings, attacking people, looting stores, destroying anything in their path. But you have these truckers who are just protesting to better their way of life and not be forced to do something that they don't feel is right, that goes against what they believe in, what they feel is right for their bodies and for their own health. And they're not doing any of that. They're not, driving their trucks into buildings. They're not running people over. They're not attacking people with wood, which is why that's the reason I heard why their bundles of wood were taken away, because people were saying they were using them as weapons. But yet these truckers are known as white supremacists, racists, even though not all of them are white. They're known as being called terrorists by the media down here and up in Canada. But oh no, all those crooks and thugs who rioted and looted the cities and burned them down here in the United States, they're seen as peaceful protesters and even heroes.
Exactly. And that's what they do. What's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. And that's why I said, and I joke with my base on TikTok a lot. I tell them, because of my Black privilege, I can go out there and I can rob a white person at gunpoint for their white privilege. And if a cop pulls up on me, I can just tell that cop I'm with BLM and tell him I'm not robbing him. I'm a protester. And that cop would get back in his car and probably drive off. I know that sounds stupid, but I'm serious. These people are backwards. Period. They're backwards.
Yeah.
Now, one thing I do know is in Canada, they are just short of their version of military law.
I did see that Trudeau called some basically he gave himself executive orders or executive power or something like that. I didn't have a chance to read the whole article, but I know what you're talking about.
That is complete tyranny.
It was a law that was put in 1937, I believe it was, giving the government to be able to grant military powers and basically their version of military, or their version of martial law, I should say, and forcefully break up the protesters. What they don't realize is, yeah, they might be able to make them leave. They can't make them do their job still. All they got to do is go out of town, peace, okay, but we're not driving. What are you going to do now?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Because you need truckers for the world to continue. That's how all your product comes in. That's how it gets from point A to B.
Man, that's not looking good, bro. Let me straighten that up a little bit. I got my pens everywhere. My jewelry is all in a cam view and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, Sean.
It's all good, man.
This stuff shouldn't be in just plain view. What in a French toast? All right, there we go. All right. Now I feel a lot better. All right, yeah, I feel better now. There we go.
It's like I've been telling everybody, you don't have to be a trucker to join in. We could use some civilian help bringing in food and whatnot. You can slow down on your assembly lines. You can go to your state capitals and demand a Article 5 Convention of States. For those of you that don't know what that is, it is actually a part of our Constitution that allows us to bypass Congress and directly add amendments directly into the Constitution.
Yeah, it's anytime you get a chance to help out people that are, fighting against evil things. It's always good to know there's always something that you can do.
That's true. True indeed, my friend. True
and
indeed.
I was looking it up with what Trudeau was doing, but yeah, invokes emergency powers to clear protesters. That's what the headline reads. So yep. Yeah, he can. Yeah, it's like you said, Dave. You can get rid of the protests and clear them out all you want, but they can't make you guys go back to work.
Dave, did you hear him? Did he freeze?
Yeah, I heard him.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Yeah, and that's exactly kind of my point. If the whole country actually got in on it and either took a week off, slow rolled their business, slowing down this economy to a crawl will hurt them just as bad as bringing it to a complete stop. So, I mean, if you got to pay bills, do the absolute minimum you have to in order to pay bills. After that, don't do anything more.
Well, and all I know is what we're seeing in Canada right now, and what could possibly come to the U.S., which it sounds like it probably will.
It is.
It shows what a true voice for good, I should say, can do. You hit them where it hurts, and that's the stoppage of production. People are going to take notice to that. And I was I know you're going to hear me reference this guy a lot, but only because I've been watching his show a lot recently. But the Matt Walsh off of the Daily Wire, he had a comment. He had a comment that was both true and hilarious at the same time. When he was talking about this, and he was talking about the movement of product and whatnot. This is great. He said, there is no internal source of Botox here in the United States. It's all made over in the west of Ireland. Can you imagine what would happen to all these politicians and newscasters if they didn't have their Botox because it wasn't getting transported? Holy cow! You would see that what their true age is every morning when you turn on your TV.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got face filters that'll smooth that over, but still, yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah,
they're going to go crazy.
Yes, exactly.
Like Nancy Pelosi, you notice every time the inflation goes up, so does their eyebrows.
Nice. And you know what else too, Sean? What was going to be your next topic for discussion?
Well, the one thing on my mind that I wanted to wanted to bring up was have you heard about this this new docu-series, if you want to call it that, that's coming up on Showtime called Everything Is All White?
No, but I'm pretty sure it's some kind of social justice warrior.
Yes. It's
bull crap.
Yeah, I forget her name, but it's I'll see if I can find a basic synopsis.
No, the reason why I had asked what was going to be the topic, because I don't know if you heard about Durham discovering that Hillary Clinton and some of her cohorts were actually spying on the president while he was the president. I don't know if you heard about that or not.
No, I really haven't.
Bro, it goes deep. It goes deep. It goes deep.
Well, we'll get to that in a second, because I think this will go pretty quick. But here's the synopsis of this Everything's Gonna Be All White on Showtime. It says here, a deep dive into America's past and present through the experiences of people of color. The docuseries marries humor with history as it confronts the facets of racism, exploitation, and discrimination that contributes to the formation of America. And let me see if, actually, you know what? Let me see if I can well, I can't. I don't really know how to use screen share, but I can get a link to a trailer if you guys want to see it.
Man, I'm just wondering, when are they going to stop? I don't think they're ever going to.
Well, all I know is I saw a trailer of it, and yeah, it is some of the most racist, absurd things I've ever seen in my life. It's basically all it is. I could have just summed it up in 3 words or 3 sentences. Bunch of people playing the victim card, thinks the world owes them something. White people are bad. The end.
So basically, just CRT brought onto film.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
the movie, the series version of CRT.
Yeah. That's all I could have said. I was just curious if you had heard about that or not. Obviously, I'm not going to watch it. A man like you with your intelligence, I don't think it's worth you killing off any brain cells. But no, I mean, that's I guess you could. This is all one topic here, but you're seeing this stuff get worse and worse. People crying racism when they don't get their way. Like, for example, let's go to the world of sports for a second. Brian Flores. Have either you guys read the story about him, the head coach of the Dolphins, who just got fired?
He's suing for discrimination.
Yeah, he's suing for discrimination. Never mind the fact that the NFL made him a millionaire, and the NFL has made more millionaires probably than even the rap industry. I don't know. Maybe that's pushing it. I don't know. But this guy was given an opportunity, and I'll say this, as a sports fan, not as a race baiter, not as a social justice warrior or political commentator or whatever, you could make the argument that, okay, yeah, the Dolphins franchise could have given him a couple more years to prove himself. But the fact is this, in the 3 years he was with Miami, 24 and 25, he underperformed.
And he signed that contract. Then you can be released at any time. So I don't see what the big deal is.
And the funny part now is with his lawsuit against the NFL, he's now including the Houston Texans in particular in that lawsuit, because they brought him in for an interview when they already had somebody else in mind. But you know what the funny part about that is? Guess who the Houston Texans had in mind and just recently hired? Lovie Smith, who used to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears. He is black. So you're going around, and I'm talking about Flores, that is. So you're going around continuing to push this the systemic racism garbage that you've never been given a fair shot because of your color. Never mind the fact that 70%, I want to say about 60% of the players and 10% of the coaches, head coaches, coordinators, whatever, 70% are minority. The top guys in the game are black guys. Dak Prescott of the Cowboys making mega money. Patrick Mahomes and so on. Do I need to really go any further? So
point well made, bro. Point well made. So I call it the Kaepernick effect. It's starting to take place. You know, when they allowed him to basically make that stupid damn special talking about, you know, how he equated the NFL draft to slavery. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. This is completely ridiculous. But you know what I think should be top news, Sean? How about how the story was swept under the rug about the white man that was fired so that 2 black women can be hired for his executive position, and he actually won his lawsuit for discrimination. Why is that swept under the rug?
Because it doesn't fit the agenda. It doesn't fit the narrative. Because it's all, as we've known, as we've talked about many times, Deron. That's the narrative that's pushed. If you are any color other than white, you are a victim. You've always been a victim. You have no shot at life. You have no chance to get to the top level where you want to be. It's always somebody else holding you down but yourself. Exactly. That's the narrative that they're trying to push. And if it doesn't fit that narrative, then they're not going to talk about it. And but it's funny though. And the stuff with Joe Rogan that's going on too.
Mm-hmm.
Now, myself personally, I'm not a huge fan of his. There's been a lot of things that he has said that I do not like, but I'm not going to try to not that I'm of any person of power to do so, but I'm not going to ruin him because of a few things. But everyone's going batshit crazy because of his use of the N-word in past shows that he's done. Okay, so he says that let's all attack him. Let's try to censor him and cancel him, get him off the air. Last time I checked, there was a shock jock in New York City by the name of Howard Stern, who has said more offensive things on a daily basis for 30 plus years. And yeah, people have said, I'm not saying that people haven't tried to silence him, but this is a guy who, I think it was for some special, a New Year's Eve special or something. He dressed in blackface, used the N-word repeatedly in that special, and nobody's saying squat about him doing that. Nobody's trying to bring up his past and kick him off the air, and I'll tell you exactly why that is. Because even if the left doesn't like you, if the world of liberals don't like you, if you are somewhat usable and beneficial to their agenda, they will keep you. And why is Howard Stern beneficial? He has constantly been talking about how he is afraid of coronavirus, and he constantly pushes the vaccinations.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, Sean, what he said too. He said it was up to him. If you were unvaccinated, you would not get any treatment from any hospital in the United States. Also, too, Sean, if these people were so conscious about the black plight and they were really concerned about blacks, they should be jumping on Joe Biden right now for talking about what race equity is the selling or basically helping them, making it easier, to smoke crack.
Yes. Oh my God. I'm that.
How about that?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Joe Biden, not just him, but the whole Biden administration. Yes, they just passed. I forget what it's called exactly, but they are not, the government is now looking to pass out free crack pipes, or at the very least make crack pipes more easily accessible to druggies. So tell me this. Okay.
And get this.
Go ahead, Dave.
That permanent funding mechanism that Trump put into place for the HBCUs, Biden did away with that. And instead funded the crack pipes.
Right. Now, how messed up is that?
Very messed up. So they're destroying people's lives with I don't know, all this bullcrap narratives of the race baiting and all that. And then of course up in Canada with the truckers trying to ruin their lives and call them terrorists. But no, you're calling those people bad, but yet you're gonna keep supplying druggies with their crack pipes. Or I guess technically drug kits is what they're giving them, but still same damn thing.
Yeah,
that's right. Now, are you endorsing that Coke product?
Oh yes. Give me my pipe, Joe Biden. Give me my pipe. I can't get enough Coke. But at least it's diet. It's okay. It's okay. Man, it's okay. It's okay. It's Diet Coke. It's Diet Coke. I just need my pipe right now so I can get my Diet Coke because it's healthier.
Oh, and you know what, Sean? I want your base to know. If you're not on TikTok, let me tell you about how surprising TikTok is. Since we're talking about the topic we're talking about. The most successful people on TikTok are the race baiters.
Oh, of course. I'm not shocked by that because race baiting sells. There's a market for it.
If your race is against whites, TikTok will turn you into a millionaire. I'm not even exaggerating.
It's not surprising. Look at what they did with Kaepernick. I've been saying that since day one. And of course, the only reason we know the only reason he started his whole brigade in the first place is because he sucked at his job because he got benched because he played horribly. And just right time, there was a shooting, and well, everyone knows the rest from there. He started his kneeling crap, and well, look what it's turned into.
Mm-hmm.
And going back to all this, since you brought it up with Flores, I was watching. I saw a quick clip of an interview that he was on. I think it was on. I think it was MSNBC. Might have been CNN. I'm not sure, but he was talking about how I want my kids to be in a world where they can see more people like them and not have to worry about getting turned down because they look the way they do. This is coming from a guy who just made millions with the Dolphins.
Man, dude, Sean, that right there is the reason why the Black community is so stagnant. They hang on to primitive ideology, man. And I tell people this all the time. When you are a pseudo-intellectual, you will not move forward in life. Pseudo-intellectuals always scream racism. Pseudo-intellectuals don't want personal accountability. Pseudo-intellectuals do not want to become independent. They love their slavery, period.
And this is
slavery. Sorry about that.
And Deron, this is when I first saw you, when I was first introduced to you. I know I've told this story before, but it was when you were in Houston, and you had a it was Tulsa. Oh, I thought it was Houston. My bad. Yeah, when you were in Tulsa, and you had a BLM supporter surprised to see a black guy with the Trump crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And he was cursing out all the people there, and then he sees you and he's like, "Man, what?" Going back to that, and I think it was Breitbart that interviewed you, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the one thing that you said that really stuck out to me and still does to this day, and I actually still quote it, believe it or not, is when you told that reporter, "No, this is America. You can be anything that you want to be. You just have to work hard at it. And if you work hard enough and if you want it bad enough, you will get it, no matter where you come from." But you even said then in that interview that especially in the inner cities today, where everything's handed to them, like you get your provision, no education. Those your words. It's true. I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible to say, but it's true. I don't know where to go with it.
It's tragic, isn't it?
Why can't people? Tragic. Why can people not think for themselves?
They love their own oppression. They love it, and it's self-induced. That's what makes it so insidious. And the only people who can break that is only them. So, we can try to give them as many red pills as possible, but until they're ready to be unplugged, it's all up to them. And that's the sad thing. Majority are going to pass away, remain plugged to their acute victimhood. Go ahead, brother.
Here's another part of the problem, though, is our schools have been so busy teaching them what to think, they don't worry about teaching them how to think
exactly
for themselves.
Exactly.
Well, all I know is I don't have to worry about that. I don't have to worry about that yet because I don't have any kids. But yeah, it scares me, in particular public schools. I mean, we've already seen it enough already to know how they're what they're teaching these kids. That it's all just a bunch of all these public schools. Maybe not all of them, but there's a lot of them out there that are just nothing but indoctrination factories.
Yep.
I mean, I just read a story not too long ago where I forget what state it was in, but there was a grade school that where the teacher actually had all the white students apologize to all the minority students in the class, basically for being white.
Mm-hmm.
And myself, yeah, it's really sad. And the funny thing is, just recently, and this is just something as small as a comment section on an article, but and look, I have no problem with Black History Month. I don't. But I remember I was I saw on a Facebook post in particularly with the Chicago Bears, they were going inside local businesses that were run by Black owners. I'm like, okay, that's cool. One of them was this restaurant, and I just made a comment saying, I don't care what the guy's color is. If he produces a good food or a good product, I'm there. And it's amazing all the people that were so angry by that. And it turns into this huge circus of, well, you just don't know. He's suffered because he was Black. He had this happen to him because he was Black. He wasn't given a loan because he was Black, and so on and so forth. There's history of this. And I quoted what you said, Deron, from the first time I saw you. The guy worked hard at what he did. Obviously, he wasn't denied a loan. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have his business.
Exactly. Sean, as I had alluded to previously, when I said that we're going to keep shattering these false narratives, and there's going to be more people who are going to keep joining the battle. I mean, look because of what Canada has done. Now it's starting to basically spread like wildfire across the globe. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. And Sean, I've been making that point for the longest. I'm just like, I just can't wait for us to just start to spread like, wildfire, with people just get fed the hell up and they say, I've had enough. And now it is time for an immediate change, because it has gotten so insane. It has gotten so insanely crazy. And even to the point where a president of the United States was spied on while being a president. His emails, everything. How is that possible in this country? Well, I'll tell you how that's possible.
Is that what you were talking about earlier, Deron?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I do remember that. I was busy just looking up the Trudeau article or the Showtime thing, so I was trying to do two things at once. But yes, I remember President Trump's emails and stuff getting hacked and all that.
It's and Durham, thank goodness that he's doing a very thorough investigation. But also too, last week the Epoch Times put out with Roman Bolvakov that what was in Durham's report last week was that even the FBI withheld exculpatory evidence that impeded his investigation. This is insane. This deep state, this corruption is deep. This is what I'm going to get to, Sean, and I'm going to say this, and then whoever wants to take the floor. And I don't care how people feel about it. I want around 99.9% of the so-called representatives, congressmen, bureaucrats, lobbyists, and etc. out. And they need to be banned permanently forever trying to participate in anything political whatsoever. Deemed a seditionist, okay? Deemed a traitor, deemed a POS to the United States. Permanently. And you know what? No benefits. You get no damn benefits. You make them the permanent underclass, the homeless, because they deserve it.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but treason was a felony offense at one point, wasn't it? Wasn't it? Or worse than that?
The hanging offense.
Well,
yeah.
See, we have some constitutionists on the line, and they're going to say, you know, treason that mainly, you know, that's only, implied, basically when you're at war.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess if, well, I guess if you were just against your country that you're from and you hated it and you left, I guess that's not really treason, is it? So,
I mean, to me, yeah, but you know,
yeah, I guess unfortunately, moral treason isn't actual treason. But anyway, real quick, I have some comments on my page, and I haven't been ignoring you guys. Just the conversation was hot.
Let's get them.
So, Timothy Hogg here says, I would happily trade in my white privilege card for a victim card.
Yes, Timothy, you have no idea how great it is to have black privilege, sir. I don't get COVID because of it. Also, because of my black privilege, I can break into stores and the police actually run from me. So yes, trade it in, get your victim card, 1-800, victim card. I think that's how you get it.
He then also says hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin are both components of the new Pfizer COVID pill.
I'm not shocked, Tim.
I honestly did not know that, but wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, what the French toast? I was like, he looks familiar.
Oh, I haven't. I just see your phone up. I can't really see the face that well. So, damn.
My middle name is David, and I go by Dave. But yeah, that's me.
Okay. I didn't. I had no clue.
Familiar. I was just like, he looks familiar. Okay, gotcha. Nice.
Okay, another. This one is from a viewer I've seen before plenty of times. Fred Benson says, ND Sean 45 and Deron Slater, the most trusted names on YouTube, CNN, MSNBC, CNN, MSNBC are trash.
Wait, what is he saying? I mean, I'm sorry. I don't know. What is his intent?
He's saying we are the most trusted names on YouTube. CNN and MSNBC are trash.
Oh, okay. I thought he was trying to be funny there.
No, I just can't. I can't freaking read, so I screwed that up. Okay. I don't know if I'd be the most trusted name on YouTube. I'm just a guy. I just I just have a moral compass, man. I believe in right and wrong, good and evil, and yeah. And then he also goes on to say, I've been voting against the Democrats since I was first registered in 2008. I'm one of the original members of the walkaway movement. #Trump 2024.
My man. Is that him on top of that? Is that him on the front page of Sports Illustrated?
I don't know. I don't know.
That may be. I think it is.
It's a catcher. I know that. It's a baseball player. He's a catcher. I'm not sure who that is.
Oh, okay.
But something, I'm glad he brought that up because something, I really do think Donald Trump will win a second term in 2024 if he decides to run. Not just because people are waking up to all the bullshit we're seeing now, but I've noticed something. People love firsts. Well, and this isn't exactly a first, but it'll be something that hasn't happened in a long ass time. Excuse me. Donald Trump, if he runs and wins in 2024, he'll be only the second president to have a to have two different numbers. He'd be the 45th and the 47th. Only Grover Cleveland Alexander, not the baseball, Grover Cleveland minus the Alexander. That was a baseball player. That was Grover Cleveland Alexander was a baseball player. Grover Cleveland was the only other president to do that.
You do realize that our Constitution limits a president to only be able to run 2 consecutive terms?
Well, hey, let's not talk about that because we want to give the left any ideas, right?
Right.
They're already trying to use a clause, right, that was actually added to the Constitution due to the Civil War, so that a person from the Confederacy will not be able to run for the president. They're already trying to use that against Donald Trump, and that's the reason why they wanted to stage the insurrection on the 6th, right? And so they're trying to use that. And the thing is, you know, Tim, they know that the red tsunami is coming in 22. Now, here's the reason why Donald Trump is not announcing ahead of time that he's going to be running, because it's the legality part, right? I mean, he could just come out and say, yeah, I'm gonna be running. By him not doing that, you guys, it keeps his enemies legally, okay, just say it stops them from formulating a strategy. So it stops Soros basically legally, okay, especially in the United States, for putting together a strategy. So there is a time frame where Trump will have that window of opportunity to announce. Then, therefore, Soros and just say the opposition or the traitors to the United States, then is when they can start working on their game plan against the president, steal my president, Donald Trump.
Well, he's not a stupid man, contrary to what a lot of liberals believe. But it's funny that since we're talking about Donald Trump now at this time, what I still find just amazing to me, and not amazing in a good way, is the fact that all these people who had to play with Play-Doh and color and coloring books because Donald Trump was elected president, they were so freaked out and scared by him becoming president. And they hated all the stuff that he did. Oh, he's a mean guy who tweets all the time. He did this. He said that. But yet, as we mentioned earlier, things like with the Biden administration, basically enabling drug addicts by giving them free crack pipes, amongst, and that's just not even the tip of the iceberg, but everything else, playing the race card, trying to truly segregate this country. They don't care about that. And do I even dare go into the agenda of Deron, you called us the 2 male lesbians getting ready to get started on here. Well, maybe that's not my preferred pronoun. Did you ever think of that?
I just wanted to add to that. Ever since I have been reintroduced, as I should say, right, to TikTok, I have added on to the male lesbian part. Now I am a cat that has transitioned, and my name is Meow. That's the pronoun of my choosing. And I also get the finest catnip that comes from a cartel that's in Mexico.
See, that's the thing. How far do we want to take this? But that's the thing. They're all the point is they're all fine. All these liberals are fine with that stuff. But no, Donald Trump's the bad guy. I'll never understand the thinking of people. And I get that, I'm just going to say, this might sound unconstitutional and unpatriotic, but yes, it's true. Everybody is entitled to an opinion. The old saying goes, opinions are like assholes. We all have one. But I'm just going to straight up say it. There is such thing as a bad opinion.
Yeah.
There's detrimental opinions. There are dangerous opinions.
Here's the thing about that. I want them to voice their dangerous opinions so we know who they are.
Yes, that's why we love freedom of speech. Yes,
of course,
absolutely,
of course. Absolutely. I mean, I want them to be exposed as well. And but then again, you had Patrice What's-Her-Face from the BLM actual organization. She says that she's a trained Marxist, and nobody seemed to care.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, both of them are trained Marxists, and Karl Marx was a notorious racist. And BLM stands for burn, loot, and murder. And also the other acronym is also big, large mansions.
I didn't hear that one. I heard the first one, but I never heard them.
That's new on me.
But it's true. It's true.
Mhm.
All large mansions because they're huge.
And also big lesbian Marxists.
Well, she is a whole lot of woman, I'll tell you that much. But
yeah, it's crazy, man. It is crazy.
But it's true. It's true though. All these people that push that, they all live in these big ass gated communities in their big ass mansions. And it's like I don't know if you've seen the movie yet, Deron, but Dave, let me ask you this. Have you ever seen the movie A Bronx Tale?
You mean Tim?
Oh yeah, Tim, I'm sorry. Yeah, Tim, I meant sorry.
No, sorry.
That sounds familiar.
The one where
I'm pretty sure I've seen it, but I'm not good at locking in names.
It's the one where I forget the actor's name, but it's where the Robert De Niro was in it, and it was about his son in that movie befriending the local mob boss.
Oh, your door just opened, bro.
Yeah, it's my cat
or something. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's my cat.
About to say.
Brief synopsis and see kind of what it is, then I'll remember it.
Well, anyway,
Bronx.
A Bronx. But anyway, there's a scene in that movie.
That one, I got you.
Well, there's a scene in that movie where the mob boss Sonny is talking with the kid whose nickname is C, and the kid's talking about how he's upset. This takes place in the 60s, and the kid's talking about how he's all hurt and upset because Mickey Mantle was crying because he struck out or whatever. And the mob boss in this movie put it the best way. And this needs to be applied to every entertainer, every professional athlete, and politician, whoever who is pushing this segregation crap. Because it's not critical race theory or what they're saying. It's segregation. Let's just call it what it is. It's segregation. It's a power struggle is what it is. One group trying to get more power. But in this scene, the mob boss tells this kid, "Hey kid, let me ask you a question. Mickey Mantle makes $100,000 a year. How much does your dad make?" Kid goes, "I don't know." And the mob boss says, "Well, let me tell you this. When it comes time to pay your rent, go to Mickey Mantle and see what he says then and see how much he cares." Powerful stuff right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I really, I apply that today. Go, all these people who, regular people who blindly follow people like Colin Kaepernick and all these entertainers who push the segregation, and even the non-black people who support them. The whites who are sorry for being white. Go ask Colin Kaepernick when it's time to pay your bills and you're struggling and see what he says. See if he'll actually pull out his checkbook for you. I doubt it.
Yep. Sean, this is, I said this earlier on my live. I never thought we were living in times like this in this great country. And I have to say this, we're not free anymore.
No, everything that's happened in the last 6-7 years, it's pushed us back all the way back to the Civil War when we were fighting over this.
Same ideologies. Fighting against each other again. Yet again. Here we go again.
And you got people, Jesus, my mind is spinning in circles right now. I don't even know where to begin. There's so many examples I could give, so many places I could start with this, but it's maybe okay. Like I said, at one point, yes, the claims were real. Yes, obviously there was slavery going on. Yes, there was police abuse towards minorities. That did happen. Nobody's ever saying it didn't happen. But now when you're crying, when it's crying racism and police brutality, when you have the crook fighting with the cop and the cop's trying to defend himself. Yeah. It's amazing how people can't see the difference. But
Absolutely.
yeah, so I mean, is there anything else that you had on your mind, Deron? Because I'm kind of running out of stuff to talk about.
No, Tim, you got anything you
Yep.
want to add before we close? Hey, Sean, did you get any new comments or anything like that?
No, that was it. Tim just showed up and said, if you could read my TikTok bio, I self-identify as an Apache helicopter. My pronouns are my Lord and Your Majesty.
Good final words.
Yes.
Good.
But of course, you know, Deron, everything that I've said for the last little over an hour, of course, you know, I can't really have an opinion because you're one of only like 2 or 3 black friends that I have. You know that? I can't have an opinion because of that.
Right.
and for those and Tim, I'll give you the brief of that story. I do another show with a friend of mine talking about Notre Dame football. And to make this as short as I possibly can, we tried to get a former player to join us for an interview to join us on the show. And I shit you not, I still have comments and whatnot to prove it. And I'm not going to give out names, but this former Notre Dame football player actually told me that in more or less words, I didn't have enough black friends to have a comment or to have an opinion. So I couldn't comment on it. He's like, I only see you have 2 black friends on your friends list, Sean. Maybe you should come down to Houston and be a little more diversified.
And that would be the whole race card Olympics.
Exactly.
Because I'm not friends with people. but that was just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. And you would think that somebody who graduated from a place like Notre Dame would know better. But I'll just say this.
Absolutely.
Not that I'm actually taking what he said serious, but I don't become friends with people because of their color. You know, like Deron, when I reached out to you and asked you, yeah, and I even said that just recently on a Facebook post. If we could be a little more colorblind, our society would be a lot better than what it is now. But like Deron, when I saw you on that Breitbart video, and I wanted to reach out to you because you have an awesome character. Your color be damned, man. You were speaking truth and right and justice, freedom. I know that sounds like a cliche, but you were. And that's why I wanted to reach out to you and have you on. And I'm glad that we become friends.
And you know what, Sean? I'd like to make a public service announcement to Breitbart. That first video went up to 27 million views, and I didn't get my cut. So, Allie, since I have your number personally, I will be reaching out to you, hopefully to get my cut.
Well, and it's Breitbart, so I'd like to think the check would clear.
And also to YouTube too. I did also join Donald Trump's lawsuit some months ago, so I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm pretty sure we're going to be winning pretty soon. Pretty soon. You should have never censored me, YouTube. I told you I would get revenge. And also TikTok to you as well. I would extract my revenge as well. And I hope we hit you hard in your pockets. I want to be the next Sandman and also Kyle Rittenhouse. Lawsuits winning.
It's gonna be huge. It's huge.
Well, you know something. Speaking of which, I identify as a Major League Baseball player, so I'd like to have some say in the CBA agreement and the bargaining. Give me some money,
But Sean, I'm not mean to women. Only Rosie O'Donnell. Only Rosie O'Donnell.
That was one of the best impersonations I've ever heard.
So it's just, man, you know what? The tide is coming, you guys. The tide is coming. It's going to change, and that tide's going to turn into a freaking raging tsunami. You guys hold tight. They know it. That's why they're panicking. That's why they're trying to do their damnedest to destroy America, to destroy the populist movement. They don't want Donald Trump back in the White House because he's going to galvanize his base. He's going to rejuvenate, okay? And you guys, we're going to have that 76 project is going to be implemented where we're going to start teaching the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution, true American history that's free of cultural Marxism, revisionism. We're going to get our country back. Trust me. We're going to get our country back. You guys stay in the fight. Don't give up. I know I've been saying it since you've been knowing me, Sean, but no, it's going to happen.
Well, and I'll say this, another thing too to keep in mind, because I felt this way for the longest time, but I realized pretty quick that I'm not alone. Like Deron, I've discovered you, some other people that I've befriended as well that, and that alone gives me comfort. And yes, Tim, I'm not leaving you out, dude. But it's nice. It's just nice to know that I'm not alone, and anybody out there watching, know that you are not alone either. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of us out there who see the ridiculousness in the media and Hollywood, and all the SJW, woke, BLM, liberal, put your whatever adjective you want on it, crap. We see it. And we're not afraid to speak out against it, and you shouldn't either. So know that you're not alone.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah. Anything else you guys want to add?
You can be on the side of the woke, or you can be on the side of the awakened.
Yes, I like that. So, which is it, woke or awaken?
Definitely awaken.
So, all right, guys. Well, I'm starting to get a little hungry, so it's time for me to grab some supper. Deron, thank you so much for coming on. It was awesome.
Yeah, and also too, for all those that are viewing, if you can go and stop by my company, it's right there, you guys. I'm the owner of Yeshua's Patriots, so just make sure you go and stop at Yeshua'sPatriots.com, all one word, okay? And you guys check out my website. And then if you like what you see there, I got great articles of clothing. Okay. I took down my other clothing line because I'm having a dispute with the distributor. Sean, you already know about that one. Yeah. But so you guys, just go ahead and check out my company. Then also too, you can find me on TikTok, Deron Slater, as you see right there on your screen. Okay. But you don't want to join my Meow account because I don't want to say that name here on your live.
We all know what it's a reference to. What you mean? It's not a cat. It's like not a meow.
Actually, it's meow, but it's meow.
We know
it's meow biatch. So it's.
Oh, that's what you were worried
about. That's
why
I didn't want to say it. So that's why I didn't want to say it, but.
Oh, real quick, guys, give me 1 second here. I want to show you something.
Mm-hmm. Isn't he awesome?
He is the bomb, man.
Right.
I subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, you like. I'm glad you like. I thought you would like.
I'm not very diverse, guys. I have a white cat.
Just look at the little fella. Man. Look at that little fella.
Yeah, he's a fat bastard too.
Oh, look at the little fella.
But I have 2 black ones as well.
Right.
But they're protesting me right now. They're trying to riot and loot through their the pantry where I keep their food. So they're gonna
setting fire to the kitty litter boxes.
Yeah. Oh, they do that every day.
Oh man!
So I'm a white supremacist. I'm evil. I have a white cat. There you go.
So many people are gonna be triggered, bro. Every time I come on your
a white hat
show,
with a white shirt and a white cat, you all white.
Yeah. Every time I come on your show, dude, someone gets triggered, and it's the response after, usually. So I'm gonna be waiting for it.
I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't no problems tonight. I wanted to see a debate. I wanted you to see you tear somebody down.
Well, you can come on TikTok, man. We do it every day, man. Actually, I have a great team where we only have one defeat. And I appreciate my Patriot being honest about that, but dude, like we only have one defeat out of like 300 wins. So yeah, man, and we're there to annihilate the left, and we're committed to it.
That's what I love to hear.
Absolutely.
Fight against the people who are trying to destroy this country, because it's a fight of good versus evil, not Republican versus Democrat. It is truly good versus evil.
Amen, bro. Amen.
So Tim, is there anything else you'd like to add before we call it quits?
To anybody that listens, it's not the left wing, it's not the right wing, it's the same damn bird. The government is not your friend.
Amen, bro.
Yeah,
amen.
I agree with that. Well, all right, everyone. So yeah, make sure you guys go check out Deron's pages, Yeshua'sPatriots.com, and
all one word. Yep, all one word.
Yep, all one word.
But you don't want to put, what do you call that? What do you call that? The hyphen? What do you call that? This is between the A and the S. What was it called? I forget.
Period.
No, the right between the A and the S. What is it called again?
Between the A and the S?
Yeah, between the A and the S, right there. That's called a hyphen, right?
That's a hyphen.
Yeah, yep. So you remove the hyphen and just Yeshua'sPatriots.com, all one word.
Is that right, or is the Y capitalized?
No, that's perfect. Yep.
Okay. And there's a website, everyone. You have no excuse not to go visit it. All two of you that are showing up on my counter here.
And get my Let's Go Brandon gear, you guys. And also I got extra tons of great looking gear there that I designed personally.
All right. And since we're finishing up by saying stuff that's going to piss people off, I have one thing to say too. Hail to the Redskins. Even though I'm a Bears fan, but they'll always be the Redskins to me.
That's right.
That's a whole other topic. I already covered that in a video. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Tim. Even though you were surprised, it was awesome to have you as well. So, you guys, my brothers in Christ, take it easy.
Oh yeah, and Sean, I got to have you on my show here pretty soon too. Again.
Well, I've got about 2 more weeks until I'm back to work, so I'll try to make myself available. So it's a date, my fellow man lesbian.
Wait, oh yeah, I forgot I'm in Facebook jail, so I can't. Yeah, so I can't even. My goodness, dude, this is Okay, I'll let you sign off, Sean.
All right. Well, actually, you know what? I will say this: being in Facebook jail, that's really the only time a black man's been falsely imprisoned.
Exactly. I feel like Akon. Yeah, I feel like Akon.
He went there.
I know you'd get a kick out of it. Come on. We're not like that on this channel.
Oh man.
So, all right, guys, before we go even further down the rabbit hole, we better quit right now.
Yeah.
All right. God bless both of you guys. You awesome dude, Deron, and I'm just glad to know you, my friend.
Likewise, bro. I appreciate you having me on, and also with Tim as a special guest.
Yes, Tim, we'll definitely have you back on as well. So, you guys have a good night. God bless, and America.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
America.